Okay. Hi, we're live.
Yay!
Yay! Like our one comment is Yoshimi saying hi and bye and then leaving. Like that was our one comment. And now we get, hey Richie. It's Richie and Walker. We're back at it. For some reason Eva doesn't like us. She doesn't want to come and talk about DC. I'm like the whole episode is named after her. Come talk about the Arrowverse when we get to it. That's what I'm having her do. I mean, we did kind of name the episode after her.
Yeah. But I mean, life happens.
Uh-huh. He's like, waiting on more things to develop. I'm like, look, you posted too much stuff for us to, like, straight up ignore. That's not even the first thing we have to talk about. The first thing we have to talk about is Borderlands 3. Hi, everybody. I'm Richie. This is Phil. No, wait, that's Walker. Sorry.
I was about to say, although our interests may be similar, we are two different people. I don't just put on a Ronald Reagan mask and suddenly become Fel.
What?
I don't know, man. I'm tired.
Okay, so it's me and Walker. What's up? Fel's not here because the hotel he's staying at, the internet fells. So Fel's at the internet. And then
Again.
Eva has a whole bunch of stuff that she's doing right now, so she's probably not showing up until the end of the episode when we talk about all the Arrowverse stuff that's going on. So those are all the things that are going to be going on. You may be able to hear me a lot clearer this time because I have... Okay, first off, let me put this back on cardioid. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Thank you to all the people that donated to helping my mic situation. I now am able to put my Yeti on my boom arm, and it is sitting right in front of me. So hopefully you guys hear me a lot better now. Alrighty. Jumping into it, yes, there were a lot of updates, mostly just kind of fixes and patches that were made to overall gameplay for Borderlands 3. Have you been playing it? What issues have you been encountering? I did encounter one issue where I finished a mission and it spawned me in a weird area and I just fell through the map and I kept falling. So that was a thing. Everybody's like, it's messing up. I'm like, dude, it's week 1. Of course there's going to be giant bugs and glitches. Like, if you're not expecting that at this point, they're like, it's a AAA title. So fucking what? Week 1 of every release is littered with bugs. I don't care what game it is. Yeah. It's always littered with some unforeseen bugs or problems. So guys, take a breath. Give them a break. Let the dust settle for a minute. They will be updating this as it goes on. As for the story, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I'm going to give it like a month or two. When the first DLC drops, that's when I'll start talking about the story for the vanilla game.
Oh, Cody, my heart.
What?
He said, happened? Yo, Best Boy Walker is here.
No!
You. Uh, uh, my heart.
And we got Salty Rick in the house. Also, today's episode of Anime and Stuff is, in fact, brought to you by AWA, Anime Week in Atlanta. We're going to be there in a month, guys, like literally a month, because we're hitting Atlanta on the 30th, and there are two people that desperately need your help. That would be our adorable and lovely Lanessia and Akatsuki. They both need help with badges. Their badges are about 80 apiece. Even if you're just like knocking it down by half, that helps a lot. Contact me on Discord if you would like to help them out, and I will get their information to you if you would like to donate to their cause and help them out with this. That having been said, we currently have a bunch of different things that we're trying to set up and do. We want to do a meet and greet. We've got a bunch of panels, all that stuff, and we're trying to get with all of that very, very soon. More details to come as time marches onward. Now, as you can see, we're doing anime and stuff today. Next week, we will be doing the continuation of the Demon Slayer D&D campaign, and I've got good news for you. It's already been greenlit. It is a series now. Tony has straight out said, yeah, too much views for us to ignore it. It is now a series.
Woo!
How dare you make me... Oh, Spider, you were going to choose sides regardless. But, yes, guys, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that did not know, we have a gaming channel. There's currently gaming content streaming on there. Methodical Mondays with Darkon and all that. Dude, this was what was going to happen. We knew we were going to be competing today. Sorry, we're going to be competing next week, too. You guys are going to be like, but Methodical Mondays, and it's not going to matter because we started before Methodical Mondays, and we're doing our Demon Slayer D&D campaign next week. So there you go, fat gamers. You're watching both. Good on you, Salty Rick. Support us all. So say you all. Watch the Demon Slayer tabletop pilot. Good stuff. Hey, we're coming back next week. Next Monday, we're starting up at 6 p.m., right? 6 p.m. Central?
That was the plan. I'm
down for it.
Mainly because I get off work, I think, at 3 p.m. Eastern, which is 2 p.m. Central, and that gives me lots of time to rest up and prepare before we start.
Yeah, breathing is definitely key when it comes to the Demon Slayer D&D campaign, whether it's breath of the water, breath of fire, breath of the big brother, or breath of the gun.
Yeah, breath of the fucking gun.
Breath of the fucking gun. You guys think we're joking. That's a real thing. Believe it or not.
Go read the manga.
Go read the manga. Oxygen is important. I'm not paying full attention to both. Does that count? No, you have to pay attention to one or the other. All right. So as we've been saying, they have released a couple of patches and an update and a lot of other stuff for Borderlands 3. So if you've been encountering issues, again, guys, it is kind of just a synonymous thing nowadays that a game is going to have glitches and bugs the first week. Launch week is always hell for a game. Let them breathe. Breathe for a second, give them a chance, and they will fix it. And Gearbox has already gotten well on the way to fixing those. So, if you've played the game, how has the game played for you? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
As Mose, when you get in your mech, you fall through the map constantly. Ooh, did that get patched? Did that get updated? Did that get patched in the update? Anything like that?
I mean, I was never gonna play Mose anyway, but
yeah. All right. So
because my boy Zane,
Zane is the worst to play as on single player, apparently.
As someone who plays on single player and as someone who plays on multiplayer, I can confirm that it is both. Actually,
Mose is apparently the easiest. All right. So
yeah,
once again,
Mose
guys, if you want to see all of the content that we are talking about, we have provided links to everything in the description down below. Just so you guys are aware.
Highest Zane.
All of our stories, there are links to every story that we cover, so you can watch the full thing. I'm doing kind of a quick recap of what's going on.
Yes.
Including the world's greatest grenade. Which, by the way, I got a grenade that literally I threw it and it was Butt Stallion, and it was the best grenade I'd ever had in my entire life. I didn't want to swap for a more powerful grenade, but eventually I had to. Oh, best grenade is Butt Stallion grenade. That's all I'm saying. All right. So, Bungie is releasing Destiny 2 Shadowkeep tomorrow. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow you can grab Destiny 2 on PS4, Xbox One, or Steam for absolutely $0. If you're just grabbing the Destiny 2, the oh god, what's it called? The beginner's light or some shit. I don't remember what the exact term is. You play the very first mission in Destiny 1 and then they immediately throw you into Destiny 2 and you have all of the year 1 content. And I mean the vanilla Destiny story plus the Curse of Osiris and the Warmind DLC. So you have 2 DLCs. You have access to all of the strikes, the Crucible, and Gambit, so you can immediately jump into in-game content with your friends absolutely for free. You are dropping in at 750 light, automatically you power up, and all of this is for the grand total, once again, price of $0. That's right, guys. If you want to jump in and play some Destiny with us, you are more than welcome to. So that is one of the really cool features that's happening tomorrow. It is the entire first year of Destiny 2 becomes free to play tomorrow. I'll be jumping into Shadowkeep and streaming the hell out of that live. So I hope you guys are ready for that. I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. That'll be on my channel. But yeah, cross save becomes a thing as well. So if you create characters on, say, Steam or PS4 or Xbox One, and you want to drag those characters to a different console or to your PC and continue playing with those characters, you absolutely can. However, if you purchase any of the stuff like Shadowkeep or Forsaken or any of that stuff, if you purchase those story campaigns, those will not carry over to you from one console or PC to the other. You will have to repurchase them for the other stuff. It's not like one giant account. You have to purchase them for the individual thing that you're playing on. But the free-to-play content, absolutely 100%, you can jump over there with your characters. You will keep your gear that you've already earned. And yeah, it's essentially, it's not cross-play, but it's close. It's probably the best we're going to get right now. Considering how Sony is being on their gaming side of things, and considering how Sony Japan kind of, we'll get into it in more detail later, but considering how Sony Japan almost ruined the Spider-Man in the MCU, yeah, because a lot of that was not Sony America, that was Sony Japan, and like they're just looking at the numbers, trying to play a numbers game, and we'll get more into that later. But yeah, Destiny 2, really looking forward to it. And guys, I really do hope it succeeds, and I think a lot of you should too, because this is going to be really, really good for like the future of gaming content in hang on a second. In the okay. I don't know why there's a little mark on menu, but okay, that's weird. But the future of gaming content, as far as like big developers going independent from giant studios, this could be a really good thing. And considering how, you know, Destiny started off kind of rocky, and then Destiny 1, by the end of Destiny 1, like it was really good. And then Destiny 2, like the beginning of that, it just, like, it was so much worse than what could have been imagined. And just people like me who hung in there, even with all the crap that was going on. The Destiny community is pretty hardcore, guys. Like, we stuck in there through like the really lows, and we're still here. And Forsaken came out and it fixed a lot of the main issues that we had, and you know, each improvement has just been making it better and better as time has gone on. I will say, if you download it, if you're downloading it tomorrow, you're going to be waiting for about 2 or 3 hours just on everything to download and go through. However, if you just want to chill and play and you don't want all the story content or whatever, you don't want to play the story content, you just want to chill and do a lot of the multiplayer stuff, you are absolutely free to do that. You can go to every single area in the public areas, so you'll be able to jump to the moon. You just won't be able to play the Shadowkeep stuff unless you purchase the Shadowkeep DLC. Just letting you know how the business model is set up. But yeah, you can run around in all the public places and play all the public stuff with us, 100%. Raids are still locked behind the campaigns, guys. So you So you won't get to play any of the Forsaken and Beyond raids. Everything, but you can play the 3 raids that came out in year 1. All of those raids are available to you.
Yeah.
So you can participate in in-game content like raids. It's just for the year 1 content, and it's all free. Like, guys, I know that seems like a bummer that you can't do like all the story stuff and all the raids and stuff. But the truth is, you're honestly getting about $100 deal for absolutely free, because that's just about they are already available on the update. There you go. But yeah, that's what it's looking like right now, is that the raids and everything, if you count the raids, the vanilla story, the 2 DLCs, because the DLCs packaged together were like $35, right? And then it was like, and it was like $65 for the vanilla game. So you're looking at somewhere around $85 to $95 worth of content for absolutely free. So for those of you that are like, man, I can't do, dude, we paid around $90-something for what you're essentially getting for free.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I still say all the year 1 cosmetics should be free to everybody that purchased the game, and the DLCs before. Like,
yeah,
there should be a thing for that. Oh well.
I think Destiny is like my second highest game for most hours sunk into.
Mm-hmm. Destiny can be addictive. So guys, if you're jumping into it, welcome to the addiction. All right, some really cool news coming in here. We got a teaser trailer for Project Resistance, which is a new thing, a new multiplayer thing going on in the Resident Evil 2 series. And what it is you've got 4 survivors that are going through this area. They have to unlock different things. They have to get through multiple levels of this facility and make their way out. Well, there's a 5th player that's controlling all the bad guys, that's making zombies appear, making lickers appear, setting traps down. And yes, I'm going to get to it in just a moment. All right, there's your liquor fight. And here comes the best part of all, ladies and gentlemen. You can, in fact, control him. No, you don't need any fancy gloves like this dude has. But you absolutely 100% can control Mr. X. Yeah, you can jump in as Mr. X and actually fight against the other 4. This is really cool. I was super pumped when I saw that, and there's actual gameplay out here for this so far that you can watch of people playing this. Now, I don't know specifically when it's coming out, but Project Resistance looks so damn cool. Multiplayer mode, 4v1 for Resident Evil 2. I am super hyped about this. This looks really cool. And for anybody that's playing RE2 that still has RE2 on PS4, I would love to play this with you, so hit me up on that. And yeah, come on, you know there's going to be an X going to give it to you mod for this as well. If they already modded it on PC for, like, just the sheer amount of PC mods that are already out for, like, clothing and skin changing and stuff like that, and then, like, the freaking, the X going to give it to you mod, so anytime that Mr. X shows up, you know, you hear X going to give it to you. There's also, if I remember right, there's like super freaking cute songs that play when he does. So like My Little Pony styled kind of songs and stuff. Like they have like super cute stuff. It's hilarious. But guys, this looks really fun to me. I want to know what you guys think about it. Have you played RE2, the RE2 remake? If you have, what were your thoughts? Of course, I want to know those. But also, you know, are you looking forward to this 4v1 kind of gameplay? Because that looks really, really cool. And I'm sorry what I sent you was a trailer. I will, as I said, you can look up Project Resistance and actually watch somebody play watch them play the 5-player thing. It's really cool. And it looks like it'll be a great time. I can't wait for this. So yeah, I as much as I loved RE2, you know, after you've beaten it a few times and you've gone through it and you figured out a lot of the tricks, it becomes a game that, while it's fun to play and it's fun to watch people play, there's only so much life in it until, you get in-game content. And now we have more in-game content. And the DLC stuff is all right. I don't know if this is going to be cost. I don't know what the cost of this is going to be, if it's free or not. Lady Chan said that you're not live, Richie. I am live, Richie. I am absolutely 100% live. And by the fact that you're commenting here means that I am.
That you can see it.
Clearly you've already proven her wrong. RE2 was very good, and this new game might be underwhelming. No, from what I hear, this is not a new game so much as this is a DLC add-on to it. And I think, now I could be wrong. But from what it looks like this is part of RE2 itself, the RE2 remake. So if this is DLC, I'm all for it. Like, if it's a multiplayer mode that gets added on to the game, I'm all for it. Not a new game. If it's a new game, I'd feel kind of disappointed about that. But if it's something that's added on to RE2, I can dig that. I would pay for that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Mr. X gonna give it to you. What? Waiting for you to get it on your own. X gonna deliver it to you. Knock, knock. Open up the door. It's real.
Oh, is he?
Is Walker the new kid here? No, Walker's...
No, I've always been here.
I've always been here. All right, so let's talk about the real stuff going on that was blowing up this entire week. You can't talk about gaming without talking about The Last of Us Part 2. They dropped a new trailer. They've been dropping information all week long last week. They dropped the release date finally. So February, why am I about to say Febtober? What the hell is Febtober? February 21st of next year. Super, super stoked for February now. So yeah. No, only you are emailed. I can send you a list. Okay, that would be helpful. That would be helpful. Sorry, guys. I am messaging back Raven about AWA stuff. Alrighty. So The Last of Us 2, lots of really cool things that were just dropped. New enemy types. They've got dogs that can actually sniff you out, which makes stealth a lot more intense now. You can go prone and actually crawl on the ground and get lower and lower, which increases your stealth further than what it was in the last game. There's a lot more new tricks and tools and things. And of course, we finally got to see Joel. It's about dang time. How hyped are you for this game right now? I love DV on this one. He goes, Last of Us 2 releases, wallet.exe has stopped working.
How did you know about my secret brother? Nah, that's a bad joke. My full username is walletman.exe.
Yeah, alright. So, no joke. This looks amazing, and the more I'm seeing about it, the more hyped I'm getting. And what's really funny is they're like, hey, all this stuff that we're showing you is just kind of getting getting an idea of the theme of the next game. You haven't even seen 10% of the game. And the more I hear that, the more hype I get, because this looks beautiful. This looks awesome. And apparently we're going to be going to Seattle as one of the places. That's going to be one of the big places.
Hell yeah.
There's apparently a new type called Stalkers, which are in between a runner and a clicker, somewhere around that. So, oh, wow. Lots of really cool stuff. Also, Ellie, because she's smaller, she can do things that Joel can't. She can do a bunch of things that Joel typically couldn't, so she can go to different areas. Like, she can fit through and squeeze through places that maybe you couldn't in the last game. And there's going to be a new vertical element to everything that wasn't in the last game. And I'm like, oh my god, this sounds so cool. Oh, I can't wait to get my hands on this. So, aside from the typical wallet comments, what are your thoughts going to be on, what are your thoughts on this game? Yoshimi says this game is going to be like more like meh. I'm like, if they nail the story like they did last time, I seriously doubt it. And The reason they said that they didn't they didn't post a release date until now is because there was still so much that they were working on and so much to be done, and they didn't want to put up any kind of a deadline. They wanted to make sure that everything that they worked on, or everything that still needed to be worked on, did not interfere with the story at all. Like they were taking things, they were still in the process of taking things out because while it seemed cool, it did not fit thematically with the story. And I'm like, yes, Naughty Dog has always been good about this, so they have earned my trust and respect in that regard, that they are first and foremost a story first driven gameplay. And clearly that shows in, you know, stuff like Uncharted and The Last of Us. Like, through those games, I feel like they've really earned the right to be trusted. And I mean, if they're going to take their time, that can only mean that the game is going to be even better. Seemed interesting, might buy it. Never played the first. Lone Courier, absolutely, you should play the first. It's so good. I'm worried that we are overhyping this game too much. I mean, yes, but I'm expecting what I'm expecting. I'm getting hyped about it, but here's the thing. I'm more expecting, my expectations are what the first game was. I have wallet issues in general, said Lone Courier. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to yawn like that, but he said he has wallet issues in general. That's adorable. What are your thoughts on this, Fel? Son of a bitch, Walker.
I mean, I played the first game bits and pieces whenever I got to visit with my friends who owned the game. So I've got a lot of good experiences and memories with it. The stealth aspect was great, and I look forward to seeing how they've evolved the gameplay as well as the story in the sequel. Plus, Naughty Dog's never really let me down. I was a huge fan of the Crash Bandicoot and Jak and Daxter series as a kid, and once I got into high school, I started playing Uncharted, and once The Last of Us came out, done deal. They've been an amazing company throughout the years.
And lastly, my question to the audience is, what stuff have you checked out from the things that they have released, and what has been a thing out there that when they talked about it, you were like, oh, that's pretty neat, and you were like, I wish we'd had that in the first game, something like that kind of really stood out to you as being a thing that sets two apart from one, even though they said a lot of one is going to be. You heard there is a big plot hole. Well, you know what? I'm not going to get off the hype train. I'm going to run this train all the way to the station. And I'm not going to think negatively about this because, again, Naughty Dog has earned my trust. This is Naughty Dog we're talking about. This isn't DC. This isn't Sony. This is Naughty Dog. They earn their shit. The Last of Us is free for the month of October for PlayStation Plus members. Holy shit. Yeah, there you go. I will let people know that. That's a thing that we will be talking about a lot this coming
Save your
month.
wallet some money.
Mm-hmm. If you got a PS4, save your wallet. It's free next month. Nice. All right. Thank you for that information, DB. The stealth mechanic seems interesting. Yeah, no, I absolutely agree, dude. Absolutely. Those monsters, the ones that put out the spores and stuff, that are kind of like the half kind of bloater type monsters. Yeah, those are going to be crazy. Alrighty. So we're going to move on outside of the realm of video games now. Nope, we're still in video games. Sorry about that. We have one last video game thing to cover, but this time it is, we're about a half a month late on this one. Sorry. But this one is mobile related. So the world of Pokemon Go expands with Pokemon originally discovered in the Unova region. So over 3 years ago, Pokemon Go started with Pokemon originally discovered in Kanto, and we've gone to encounter hundreds of Pokemon first encountered in the Johto, Hoenn, and Sinnoh regions as we've battled, raided, and completed research. It's almost time to continue our journey and encounter Pokemon originally discovered in the Unova region. Get ready to meet new friends and encounter Pokemon featured in Pokemon Black and Pokemon White, appearing in Pokemon Go now. They're all up, they're all available. And they're talking about they're essentially listing all the different features and things that will drop from different eggs and things like that. Some travel and meticulous research. Blanche reports that there are some Pokemon that only seem to be appearing in the wild in certain parts of the world. Join us in welcoming them. So, Pansage, the grass monkey Pokemon, is only in Asian Pacific. Europe and Middle East, Africa, and India is Pansear, the high temp Pokemon. The Americas and Greenland will have Panpur and the spray Pokemon. The Western Hemisphere will get Heatmore, the anteater Pokemon. And the Eastern Hemisphere will get Durant, the iron ant Pokemon. If you're lucky, you may encounter Shiny Patrat and Shiny Lillipup. Introducing the Unova Stone. Yep. Bye, Salty Rick. And so that is the final gaming update. Those are Pokemon Go updates. Do you guys play Pokemon Go still? I do from time to time. Do you just break it out on like Community Day and stuff like that? Let us know in the comments below whether you are happy.
Bless you.
Pardon me, with the updates, and if you still play.
I'm kind of with you there, Spider. I picked it up for a week.
The new version or the old version? Like week one?
Yes.
Like week one or what?
Not week one. It was like year one.
Okay. It's completely different now.
No, that's what I've heard. I just don't play mobile games as much as I used to. Like I think the one I played the most was Union Cross, and I stopped that a while ago.
Okay.
I just don't do mobile games anymore.
Okay.
I try.
I would say check out Pokemon Go again once Community Day shows up. It's gonna be a big deal. Now that there are raids and and you can trade with other Pokemon Go players as your friend level improves and stuff. Like there's a lot of really cool stuff. Okay. So I have talked about this a little bit before, but a truck carrying gaming dice spills onto the highway and rolls a perfect 756,000. So yeah, a truck bound for the Georgia-based tabletop and video game company Trivium Studios took a turn too sharply, spilling 216,000 gaming dice onto Interstate 75 in Atlanta in what could be the biggest unintentional dice roll ever. According to Trivium Studios community manager speaking to Kotaku about the incident, the truck was carrying 3 pallets of Cheswick 6-sided gaming dice for use in an unannounced tabletop game. Approximately half of the truck's load wound up strewn across the busy highway on Friday afternoon, which is the worst time. Friday frickin' afternoon, really?
In Atlanta, yeah.
In Atlanta, in rush hour. Screw that. All right. So Atlanta Hero, or the Highway Emergency Response Operator units, helped Trivium employees clean up the mess using brooms and shovels to salvage what they could. While losing a substantial amount of pricey dice isn't great, Trivium's representative says the company, which plans to unveil the game associated with all these dice closer to its planned early 2020 launch, maintains a positive attitude. Though unfortunate it happened, nobody got hurt, and we now have an unofficial world record for the largest dice roll in history. So there you go. I mean, honestly, this just seemed like a really funny story. Sucks for the people in Atlanta that got stuck in traffic because of it. Like, that's really crappy. But at the same time, dude, that's a big-ass dice roll.
I mean, I live in Georgia, and I can appreciate that. I'm like maybe 45 minutes north of central Atlanta, so...
A lot of character stats wasted on the road.
I don't know what you're talking about. The road is the world's greatest boss.
I'm just saying right now. Were they plastic or steel? They were plastic.
Yeah, plastic would have been cheaper to manufacture.
Yeah,
and,
there's no way
stuff.
they were doing steel in that bulk. That would have been crazy.
Yeah, especially not for a tabletop game. I mean, the price for the tabletop alone is normally like $35 to $45. They'd have to hike it up if it's steel dice.
Yep. Alrighty. Let's talk about the big stuff. Moving on to anime for like the one anime story that we're really talking
Onto
about.
the hype train.
I mean, onto the literal hype train. So Demon Slayer is getting a movie. Wasn't expecting that. Was kind of hoping for a season 2 announcement, but you know what? I'll take a movie. So we did confirm Anime Studio Ufotable is going to helm the continuation of the adaptation of Demon Slayer Infinite Train. So Ufotable is 100% doing the movie, which is the important thing, even though everywhere else it's like Aniplex. Aniplex seems to be bankrolling it. Ufotable's still doing it, because if Aniplex was the one doing the artwork, I'd been like, nope, boycotting it, because it's not going to be good as far as artwork is considered, because Ufotable is like god tier when it comes to quality of animation. Like, it's ridiculous how good they are with their animation, especially in recent years. But yes, Demon Slayer, or Kimetsu no Yaiba, for those who prefer the Japanese, has been heating up the last anime season with its superb animation and fun characters. Yeah, I'm not going to read all of that. Basically, if you haven't watched Demon Slayer, go do yourself a fucking favor and go watch Demon Slayer. It's going to start out pretty typical shonen. Stick with it. It gets so goddamn good. And then you get to meet Best Boy Inosuke, and of course by that time you've already met the only Imoto you ever need to meet, Nezuko. I'm just saying. And there's lots of funny memes happening. If you follow me on Twitter, odds are you've seen a Demon Slayer meme or two on my Twitter account. Just saying. Hello.
Oh, we have a Neva.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Hello, Clarice. Hello, Clarice.
No, don't.
It's too late.
No,
It's too late. I did it.
just-
But yes, all aboard the actual hype train as we get ready for the Infinite Train arc movie coming out for Demon Slayer. Did they give a specific date? I don't think they did.
No, Aniplex just announced in their tweet that they released on September 29th that it would be coming soon. And if I can find the
They're just like, we're doing this. Okay.
Yeah, there was a I'm trying to find the actual poster that was released, but I can't seem to find it. There was a poster that was released that actually showed that Ufotable
I'm showing all the images that were released so far. If you're talking about what's his name just standing there on top of the train, then yes. I got that.
Yeah, there's like a poster.
He's so pretty.
Of him doing
He's
it.
so pretty. I'm not gonna say how he ends up at the end, but he's so pretty right now. All right, so moving on to the story that Walker is covering. Final Space Creator teases Season 3 renewal.
Yes. So if any of you have been keeping up with just anime in general, with Crunchyroll's merger to Verve, a lot of channels got posted to that. One of them being some Verve originals, Final Space, which is run by Turner Broadcast, which through the wonderful thing of subsidiary chains, like Turner owns Verve, or do they operate Verve? Just to double check that.
I have no idea. I know it was
They partner.
Crunchyroll is the one that brought Verve to the
Okay,
forefront.
so bottom line, season 1 of Final Space is all on Verve. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. With season 2, a lot of the production quality and talent, as well as the viewership of the show, really picked up. And recently, Olin Rogers, as was covered by Comic Book TV, released a tweet saying good news, with the E in news replaced with 3. So a lot of people have stipulated this means season 3 will be released. Now, with the way season 2 ended off, it was a perfect setup for a 3rd season. And with the viewership that it has received, it definitely could be renewed for another season. It's not getting, of course, like Rick and Morty season 3 levels of viewership, but it is getting a lot of like views for the programming block that it has been slotted for, especially considering that it's doing a lot better than other shows that were slotted in that block. So my hope is that it comes back. Personally, Final Space has been in my opinion, one of the best animated series to come out of this season of animation. It's got its own unique characters, world, story. It has beautiful animation, and despite not being a big show on like fist fights, some of the best animation like that I've seen as far as fights were concerned with this show happen to be not gun fights, but actually like hand to hand. It's very well animated and like follows through. It's really good, and I recommend everybody go watch it if you haven't. Catch up. Get ready for season 3 because I'm hyped that it will happen.
And Lone Courier, as for your comment there, the CBD oil is what keeps me calm, and that's why you hear vaping. So there, yeah. As for do I think we'd get a Demon Slayer Infinity Train crossover? I mean,
No way.
in your heart, maybe.
In
Look
your
inside
heart of
your heart.
hearts.
Look inside your heart. I'm sure it exists there. All right. Moving on. The big news this week. SpiderMan is not leaving the MCU. At least for one more movie. They're going to be doing Spider-Man 3, and to be hilarious, on his Instagram, Tom Holland's only response to this was a clip from The Wolf of Wall Street of Leonardo DiCaprio yelling, "I'm not fucking leaving.
I'm not leaving."
I'm not fucking leaving," was the best. I'm like, "Oh my god."
It was an amazing scene. And I mean, it was the only post that he had in regards to that, and it made it so much better because people were wondering, what does this mean? Like, you're not leaving. Are you not leaving for good? Are you not leaving for this? So apparently there's supposed to be 3 movies that he's still supposed to be a part of. One of them is supposed to be a collaboration. More than likely it's going to be that Captain Marvel crossover that they've been hyping up for the last year or so.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah. So apparently people don't like her. So giving her someone that can be a little bit easier to relate to her would be better. So they try to do a buddy with Spidey and Marvel.
I haven't heard anything like that. The stuff that we're hearing is that they've only been confirmed for 2. He's only been confirmed for one solo film, and then one collab MCU film, which everybody is speculating is an Avengers kind of film. Is a team up movie.
Avengers one. I've heard the more Captain Marvel one because of how.
And from what we're understanding is that okay, so the understanding is that Sony took the original deal that Disney put down.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
and apparently what happened that broke up the deal and everything were the bigwigs at Sony and Disney, like the CEOs of Sony and Disney were at odds about the whole thing. As it turns out, the people in the actual meeting room were fighting really, really hard to try and get this deal made because they wanted the deal to get made. And the top people at both studio are equally at fault for this. And it's not Sony. It's not Sony movies here. What we're hearing is that it was Sony movie Japan that was the big problem. Like, it was Sony Japan that was like, no, this is our property, you can't have it, or something like that. I'm not quoting anything. I'm just telling you what I've heard and what I've been finding out over the last couple of days, that it seems that Sony Japan, which surprise surprise, the one company that won't play nice with cross-platform gaming,
won't play nice with almost anyone.
Won't play nice with cross-platform movies either.
Well, I mean, we've already seen what Sony can do on their own with Into the Spider-Verse, so...
Yeah, well, honestly, no, I'm not giving Sony that much credit for that. I think that the reason, I honestly firmly believe that the reason Into the Spider-Verse did so well is because the studio stayed the hell out of it. Like, they just let the people make their own freaking movie. And the reason The Amazing Spider-Man kept falling apart is because the studio kept wanting to add more stuff and kept getting involved. And I'm like, let them make a freaking movie. Let them make their own story, you know? Anytime the studio gets involved in trying to make a movie, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna end up as a disastrous train wreck. As far as my opinion of that goes. But yeah. That's how I feel about it.
Well, we've seen how well the last 2 Spider-Man 3 movies
Well,
have been.
Tom Holland is set to do 3 more Spider-Man solo films. Whether they're in the MCU or not, that's up for debate. But he wants to keep playing Spider-Man, and I'm all for it too.
Well, yeah, I mean, but if they hit that same snag that Maguire and Garfield hit, where it just doesn't do well because it's the trilogy, then there's not really much that they can do after that.
Well,
It's
Garfield
the
didn't
curse of
even
the-
get get to the third movie.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a curse of the 3. I think that's superstitious nonsense. And honestly, I don't see them doing a bad job with 3, especially with how they ended 2. And I'm just happy that it's back in the MCU because we get to continue on with that storyline. We get to keep going with Happy. We get we get to have more J. Jonah Jameson, more of our J. Jonah Jameson. Here's
Bring me photos of Spider-Man.
yeah. The other thing that they're saying is that they're looking at having Tom Holland do a short crossover with the Venom movie, possibly at the end of the Venom movie, because the next Venom movie is supposed to be Venom versus Carnage, and then Spidey would show up because this is supposedly all taking place in New York in Venom's world. And so they're saying that this could be like a Spider-Verse thing where Venom crosses over, or he crosses over with Venom, and then there's Morbius, and like he could be taking part in those worlds as well. But one thing that Grace here in her video that I'm showing on screen talked about is also that Sony's been really pressing for years, for over a decade now, to try and get a Sinister Six movie. And I'm like, and she's saying, well, if you want a Sinister Six movie, the best way to do it already is to stick with the MCU because they've already introduced at least 3 or 4 members of the Sinister Six, and they've done it in a real organic way. So when they all show up together, it feels earned. And I'm 100% on board with that. I think that is the right way to go about doing this. Do the Sinister Six movie. And I'm not sitting here saying that the MCU Spider-Man is a 100% not a Sony thing. It is absolutely 100% Sony. But I think when you have those 2 great minds come together, it definitely helps so much more when you let Feige be a bit more involved. Also, I would love to go ahead and state right now for the record that that the things that I've been hearing as far as Spidey movies is that they are looking at doing a live action Spider-Verse, and that's also something that would be really, really cool, and I'd love to see that. And I would love to, even if Spidey, my ultimate goal is if Spidey has to leave the MCU and go over to the Sonyverse, and that's where Tom Holland's going to be, it's basically like him leaving his Earth to help out in this new one. And by that time, hopefully we've gotten Miles Morales in here so that we still have Miles as a Spider-Man in the MCU universe. And I'd be 100% okay with that.
I mean, they've hinted at Miles because...
But I think Miles is still owned by Sony. Like, a lot of Spider-Man and the Spider-Man characters is still owned by Sony.
Yeah.
I would not be the greatest Venom.
No.
It was the directors doing for Spider-Man 3
think
that
Rich
the
would
embarrassment
better
of
as
Venom.
Shocker, honestly.
The shock. I'm the shock people. Yeah.
I mean, we already saw the Shocker in the
Yeah.
MCU anyway.
Oh yeah, we did.
so-
We did. We absolutely saw him in there.
Yeah.
2 of them.
2 of them. Well, yeah.
2 of them. Yeah, the first one that got disintegrated.
It's like, I thought this was the anti-gravity gun. No. Shit. I just love that he did that.
You're
The
the
guy that
Shocker
became
now.
the Shocker, the guy that became the Shocker was like, damn. I'm like, yeah.
Yep. So we've seen. All right. So Sinister Six. Speaking of them, so we've already seen.
As far as live action
Vulture,
Spider-Man,
Mysterio, and Shocker.
Shocker. So that's half of the Sinister Six right there.
Mhm.
I'm hoping that Norman Osborn is not the main villain for 3.
hope not.
But if they have him in it, like having him in there as kind of the mentor role, and then like give us time to actually care about the character of Norman Osborn and give us a chance to like just get used to Harry Osborn and have Harry Osborn come in and do let us experience this great friendship that takes place between Peter Parker and Harry Osborn, so that he becomes like the second best guy for that situation, you know? I feel like I really want to see that and earn that and feel that friendship. That way when it inevitably happens that he turns into the Hobgoblin, it's genuinely heartbreaking. Like, I give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, make me like this character so that when he turns, I shed a tear. You know?
Yeah.
Give me Felicia Hardy.
Break my soul.
Break my soul.
on.
Break my
Yeah.
soul. Sony and Marvel, do it.
Yeah.
But I really want to see this.
Give me Felicia Hardy any day. I will take that over
DV
Spider-Woman. I will take that over Gwen Stacy, and I love Gwen Stacy.
DV, I understand where you're coming from. I just disagree. I think you and James Cameron are wrong about this. It's like it's oversaturated. It's oversaturated. As somebody who actually did grow up and getting picked on for like having Marvel trading cards and like reading the comics and stuff. Yeah, no, I'm super happy that this is finally happening and that nerd has become mainstream. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Don't stop that. There's many amazing stories out there that need to be told on a screen. Yeah.
We only scratch the surface with the Marvel and the DC starts. We still have Vertigo comics. We still have Dark Horse comics. I mean, we have a whole keg that has been untapped in just awesomeness. Like, bringing the steampunk genre into comics was amazing.
Just the simple idea of like of people thinking that Infinity War was like the be all end all of Marvel comics. I'm like, dudes, that's not even the craziest war that took place. If we're going where I think we're going, if we're doing Secret Wars, which, oh my god,
we should be.
Oh my god, if we're doing Secret Wars and Spider-Man is back, you have no idea how important. Like, if you thought he was important for Civil War, shit, Secret War, that's where Spidey's really important.
That's where he goes.
Secret War, like Infinity War, is nothing compared to Secret Wars. Secret Wars is ridiculous.
Additionally, DV, if you are feeling like it's become oversaturated, there's a lot of other palette cleansers out there like that can refresh or reinvent the way you view the genre. Like, case in point, I recently discovered The Boys. Great show.
Yes, The Boys is amazing. I haven't finished it, but it is amazing.
I haven't had the chance to check it out yet, but I really need to.
Definitely
turns everything on its head, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. It definitely changes the way that you view superhero. Like, if you're looking for some older ones, I would recommend one of my favorite all-time comic book movies. You wouldn't even know it was a comic book movie. It's from Vertigo Comics. It's called The Losers. It actually stars Chris Evans before he became Cap. He was a nerd. He was an IT tech nerd.
All right,
and I would definitely recommend that for anybody who hasn't seen it. Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Zoe Saldana. A lot of these characters that are now in the MCU started with this Vertigo Comics movie.
To round things up, I'm sorry, it's gonna keep getting superhero oriented, but to round things up, we're gonna cover the DC TV era. When the Arrowverse. So take it away, Eva, because this is the whole reason why we named the episode what we named it.
You said this was going to be the last thing.
These are the last. No.
I was going to talk about the Splenguli and Dan Didio thing, the crossover.
Oh God, I have to do that. I don't think I linked to that. Did I link to that in the description?
I don't know.
Did you see what I named this episode?
Yes, I see.
Anime and stuff episode. DC makes the dragon happy in the pants.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay. You didn't have it here.
I was fixing to say, if that's not true, that wait, there is a thing that is missing. I apologize. There is one thing that is missing. Where's the Tom Holland one? Because I know you posted about that, and that's supposed to be here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, that should be the first one, I think. Tom Holland is up first not Tom Holland, Tom Welling. Daddy's home. Tom Welling stepping in like, Daddy's home. All right, so it's official. Tom Welling is back to play his to reprise his
His
Smallville
signature
character role of Superman / Clark Kent, and he will be stepping in for the Crisis on Infinite Earths Arrowverse. Let's get
Yes.
to it. Let's get to it.
Okay, so that was a couple of months back. Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling both came into the studio where Stephen Amell was doing his brewery company. They had talked about the series. It was more of a passing conversation before Infinite Earths became a thing. And then so Infinite Earths became a thing. Stephen Amell put out the names for both Tom Welling and for Michael Rosenbaum, Erica Durance, and Justin Hartley to all be out there. Justin Hartley was the Smallville's Arrow, which was a nod in the Elseworlds episode. So whether or not they'll have him is one thing, but Tom Welling and Erica Durance are confirmed to reprise as Clark and Lois. In addition to this, you got Brandon Routh doing his version of Superman from the Superman,
which we'll be talking
about.
in just a moment. Let's stick with Welling for now.
Yeah, so Welling is the biggest name, and then Erica Durance, obviously, because Lois and Clark. So, I love this idea because Smallville has been one of my favorite shows, and I'm very happy about that. At the same time, I'm very sad because while Tom Welling got confirmed, Michael Rosenbaum, on the other hand, did not get a full confirmation.
And
They
we
said
are
no
seeing
script.
the tweet is on screen right now.
Yeah, they said no script, no idea what I'm doing, no idea what I'm shooting, basically no money, and the real kick in the ass, we have to know now. And so as much as he would have loved it, he had to pass up on it. It makes a lot of sense. I mean, as an actor or anyone in the entertainment industry can tell you, no script really doesn't help.
Yeah.
You need to have some kind of structure. And if you don't have structure, you have chaos. And sadly, that's what happened. So Michael Rosenbaum will not be joining. However, Tom and Erica are joining.
Which is cool. All right.
In addition to that,
we got
also
Brandon Routh, who, for those of you that don't know, he's already playing the Atom in Legends of Tomorrow, and he's going to be stepping down soon, from what I understand.
Yeah, he has retired. He is retiring from Legends of Tomorrow.
And he was, of course, if you did not know, he was the Superman in Superman Returns from 2006.
Apparently, there's supposed to be a joke between Ray and Clark there. So they might allude to, hey, you look kind of similar.
You look kind of familiar.
Yeah, although I doubt that's going to happen. I mean, that would be way too obvious to do.
What Superman is he? I forget. There's a specific type of Superman that he is.
There's 3 different Supermen. There's going to be the Supergirl Superman, which is portrayed by Tyler Hoechlin from Teen Wolf. He is their current Superman. Then there's going to be Tom Welling, and then there's going to be Brandon Routh. And I think that the Infinity Superman is the one that. Well, he's not Ultraman, so he's not the Infinity Superman.
He definitely looks older. I'll give him that. Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily the light.
I think
is there supposed to be gray in his hair now or something?
I think it's supposed to be like the older, what's it called? The older version of Unlimited. Okay. Justice League Unlimited version, where they had a future scene.
Okay.
And that would make the most sense, because that Clark Kent does have an older appearance to him. He does have gray hair, so he doesn't always have that. I'm kind of
iffy about this version of Superman, but I'll give it a chance.
So I'm just happy we have 3 different Supermen.
And then finally, we've got a sent from you recently, Birds of Prey's Ashley Scott.
Yes, and for anybody who watched Birds of Prey in 2000s, or specifically 2002, 2003, Birds of Prey was a very short-lived, I believe, 2-season series that actually brought Ashley Scott into the big names. And as far as her counterparts, there hasn't been any confirmation whether there'll be the original Dinah Lance on that one. But we do know Ashley Scott will be coming as the Huntress, in addition to the other Huntress that is currently in the Arrowverse. So they're going to be doing parallels on them. And I'm just very happy that they actually brought back something that it was so obscure, only a handful of people would ever remember this. And I was so happy to hear this.
Also, hey, Lady Chan's here. What's up?
Hey, lady, what's up? DC has really stepped up their game with trying to do basically a TV equivalent of Marvel in this sense, where they're trying to bring in different elements, but at the same time, they're trying to change it up. Like, they're bringing in different elements of how to do a crossover, but they're also changing it up because they're doing Crisis on Infinite Earths, which means there are 52 different versions.
Nope,
they've already every single character.
Nope, they've already gone past 52.
I know.
Yeah,
the original,
in the actual well, what I'm saying is even in the Arrowverse, they've gone past Earth 52.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah,
so
you got Elseworlds
when they
that.
said Crisis on Infinite Earths, there is an infinite potential for as many different incarnations.
Well, I mean, let's look at it this way. We already have Kevin Conroy coming in as a Batman. They have confirmed. They have confirmed it is Batman Beyond. Bruce Wayne. They have confirmed Batman Beyond. That makes a lot of sense.
Holy shit.
He is the one. Now, we don't know if Terry McGinnis will be there.
I don't know. Doubtful. I mean, Will Friedle would be pretty cool, but I don't think that...
Will Friedle doesn't have...
the body, really.
He doesn't have the body, not to mention he may still have the voice, but age has caught up with him. Sadly, it has.
Aw, poor Will.
I mean, did you see how he had to do that promotional stint for Kim Possible?
No.
As Ron Stoppable? Oh my god, it was Christy Carlton Romano looked amazing. Will Friedle, not so much. So, yeah. And Rufus was apparently put down at that point.
Oh no.
Sad.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So, last but not least, before we shut this whole shebang down, I just want to quickly say, Eva, if you did not know, all of Year One content for Destiny 2 is now free to play on PC and Xbox One. So that is vanilla Destiny 2 and both the DLC that came out in Year One. So you can play with Walker and I because it's it's not cross-platform, but it's cross-save now. So,
cool.
And it's available on Steam for free as well. So if you would like to jump in and play...
I have it on Blizzard, but I don't have it on Steam.
They are, well, here's the beautiful part. You get your Blizzard account moved over to Steam for free. The whole transition is taken care of. They have a guide on Bungie.net to move you over, and it's all free.
Coolio.
Yeah. And all the in-game content, like all the multiplayer content, still 100% free. You can go to all the different locations that have been unlocked in the overall game. That includes all the new stuff that came out. You'll be able to run around on the moon tomorrow if you want. No, the moon is finally back. After not having played it in Destiny 2 for 2 years, and like the moon came back and I'm like, yes! Like, how hyped were you about that, freaking Walker? How hyped were you about a return to the moon?
I was more hyped about Eris Morn coming back than I was about the moon.
Oh, well. Boo.
Well,
the reason I bring that up...
more than that.
Yeah,
more than the tutorial, I would not know.
Oh, man, we since I can be the moon's basically haunted. That's true.
Okay, this is weird. The CW Batwoman just tweeted at me.
Just tweeted at you?
Light up the beacon. We'll tweet you Sunday about Gotham's new vigilante Batwoman. I guess I must have said it in passing in one of my tweets, so I'm like, I guess they saw it.
I mean, the only thing that could be better is if, like, surprise, surprise, we get the Gotham version of Batman showing up, or at least a character or two from Gotham randomly showing up in Crisis on Infinite Earths. That would be the ultimate move if Fox teamed up with Warner for the TV series, and we got even though I'm not a big fan, it is still considered an EU.
You know,
Vsauce. What's up, guys? This is Vsauce.
I actually just got a good tweet sent at me. Have they tried to get Nicolas Cage's as Tim Burton's Superman in the Crisis on Infinite Earth TV event?
Right?
Pretty sure he would do it. They don't even have to pay him. He'll just do it. He loves being on stuff.
He really does. All right, you know what? I'm all for this. Let's get Nick Cage as Superman. Let's get this happening. Or you would have really fucked somebody's timelines up. Why don't we get Nick Cage as Batman?
No. You gotta get Keaton.
I'm Batman. I mean,
No,
come on.
You gotta get Keaton.
I'm Batman. No, that was apparently my favorite. We need Danny DeVito as Alfred. That'd be awesome.
Danny DeVito.
I mean, if we're doing a real Crisis on Infinite Earths, there is the fact that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have teamed up with Batman, so they coexist in one universe. So let's get the Ninja Turtles in on this. Let's get the Ninja Turtles. I mean, all you have to do is just paint. All you have to do
Someone green.
No. All you have to do is just paint Ron green, and we're all good, right? Rob Paulsen has voiced Raphael and Donatello in 2 different series. Just get Rob Paulsen, put him in a turtle costume, paint him a little green. We're all good. Think about it. Seth Rogen is Batman. Yeah.
No.
The Green Crusader.
No, he's already done. What was that?
My favorite
Green
line.
Hornets.
My
He's
favorite
already-
Green
line.
Hornet, yeah.
Green
My
Hornet.
favorite line
Yeah.
my favorite line from a Seth Rogen character was in the Star Wars Fanboys film, The Fanboys, where he goes, "Nobody calls Han Solo a bitch," and just starts beating the shit out of himself in nerd form as a Trekkie. It was so stupid funny. It was beautiful. Nobody calls Han Solo a bitch. And the funniest thing was this was supposed to be like a pimp or whatever, and he got a fucking Jar Jar Binks tattoo on his back, and I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. It was the best.
No, I would bleach my eyes out in a moment. I'm sorry. I'm just happy that my fandoms are finally coming to light because, as everybody knows, Black Canary is my shit. So having the Birds of Prey was already making me very happy.
All right.
I doubt they're gonna get the original one that did Dinah because she's supposed to be in the new Batwoman as one of the villainesses. So I don't know.
All right.
They might get her.
Guys, we just have to do one last thing as we're signing off. Got to plug a couple of things, so bear with me for a moment. Number 1 is Anime Weekend Atlanta. We are literally 1 month away from being in Atlanta. 1 week away.
Bought my plane ticket.
Yeah, there you go. Plane ticket is bought. Now, both Eva and Lennon need help with badges. So even if it's just helping cover half of the badge, any bit would be appreciated. Now these badges are $80 a pop. They're not cheap at the door. It's a 4 or 5 day con. It's a 4-day con.
4-day con.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're gonna be there for 5 days.
We're going to be there for 5 days. Now, you guys have been amazing helping us secure the hotels and, helping Lennon get her flight taken care of. Now we're just worrying about the last thing. We were waiting because we were trying to see, we're still waiting on stuff to come back from panels and whatnot and finding out all that. Apparently, and I did hear from Raven while I was doing this, apparently she has 800 people that she's dealing with at the same time trying to get all this stuff sorted and taken care of. So apparently they've only approved half of what is needed for the schedule at the moment. They're still breaking everything down. So yeah, and depending on what news they hear back, there may be some discounts that they hold, but we're just, because there's only a month left, we're holding on to the fact that probably not. They're still going on gaming, not sure how much longer. Oh god. Well, we're wrapping things up here, so you can jump over to gaming in just a bit. But essentially, guys, any help that we could throw towards there. Again, if you want to help out, just message me, just DM me, and I will get the information to you about, helping out with whichever person that you want. But both of them would be unbelievably grateful, because this is a big thing we're all trying to do: get together, hang out, make some fun memories, take a lot of pictures, shoot some stupid videos, be dumb together, finally see each other in person.
Finally have a fat dog photo.
Have a fat dog photo session, yeah.
Where all of us, and you know, we could probably make
we
a post.
we
or
want to
something
do
like that.
we
could
want to
have a printout
do
for
we
people.
would love to do a meet and greet with people, and there's lots of places outside where we can just chill, hang out, and meet with everybody and take photos if you guys want. And we're gonna get together and do a bunch of stupid shit. Like, oh, one of the things that's happening, this is a thing that is apparently going to be happening night one that we're there. Walker's coming over because he's never played The Last of Us, and we're gonna have him play The Last of Us.
Oh god.
Yeah, he's never played it.
Not to mention,
In
myself
full.
and Chibi Tails will also be doing the baby food challenge.
Oh my god.
That-
Oh god.
Where we will be going to a Walmart, picking up people will be randomly picking up baby food for us. We don't get to see the labels, and we have to guess what's in the bottle.
And we're going to also, guys,
We're going to record that.
guys, we're also going to be
Yeah,
doing
fun.
a Fat Dog panel. There are 2 other panels that I'm hosting, one for abridged writing, one for abridged voiceover. Still waiting to hear back on slime, because apparently that's tentative. Still waiting to hear back on women of abridging, because that's apparently also tentative. That's what I've learned.
It actually got changed. The name of
Okay,
Women
what
of
is it?
Abridging.
What is it?
It is the Abridger's Guide to Getting Good.
Okay, that may be
Okay, I'll give it that.
that may be why it's tentative. If it were the women of abridging, it probably would have just straight out got passed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bet you're regretting
No,
that
no.
name change now.
No, actually, because we didn't want to sound feminazi as.
Oh, okay. Well, considering that most of the people that approve this stuff are from California, I doubt they would have cared.
Eh.
You're like, it's in Atlanta. And I'm like, not really. I mean, it is, but it ain't. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Tony asked me to, so I will plug the gaming channel. If you have not checked it out, Fat Dog Gaming, look it up. They're live right now. Go to our Discord. The link is up there. Make sure to go check out the channel. Sub to it. All of our gaming content is slowly going to be moving from this channel to that channel. And I don't just mean the stuff that would normally be live. I mean the stuff that we've already done. We're going to be slowly moving over to that channel. So there's going to be less gaming content on this channel and more of the abridged content. So it's just easier to find all the abridging stuff. That having been said, guys, I'm Richie. I'm with Eva and Walker.
Yeah. I don't know what that noise was.
I don't either. We'll see you next week, or at least Walker and I will see you next week as we continue to do the Breath of the Cinnamon roll with that Demon Slayer abridged.
Demon
No,
Slayer.
Demon Slayer tabletop D&D campaign. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.